Greetings once again. It's time for another edition of Shelf Life Book Reviews Online, where I present to you a fascinating book that I have read, reviewed, and recommend. And today's book is The Witch's Door, Oddities and Tales from the Esoteric to the Extreme by Ryan Matthew Cohn and Regina M. Rossi. This is published by Chronicle Prism. It retails for $30 in the United States, $40.95 in Canada, and it is 282 pages. This is the most unusual book. Inside, there's a warning that it says, this book may be haunted. Well, I couldn't say it was haunted, but it was a really fascinating book. So if you like books about, let's say, occult-like things, very strange phenomenon, it's nonfiction, but the author had a television show called Oddities, and on it he presented very strange items that he collected from around the world. He was quite the collector. I think it was on for something like 6 seasons, and Ryan Cohn definitely has a ear or a nose or whatever you call it for seeking out very strange items. And in the book there are some definitely odd items, such as a bowl. It was called the Capula Tibetan Bowl, and it is made from skulls. So it's things like that he does travel the world, and he has amassed some very interesting things. He has a dagger that was supposedly extracted the soul from a witch, and so it's a little creepy in spots. He also looks at dolls, like ventriloquist dolls, like the Charlie McCarthy doll, because we all know dolls have been a popular item in horror movies. The creepy dolls with the strange eyes, and some of the stories inside the book that he does talk about dolls that have, sort of fallen off of shelves mysteriously, somehow when they were well anchored to the shelf, and they somehow got off. Now, he's written this book with his wife, Regina, and he met her. She worked in a lingerie store, and the two got together, and they found they had a lot in common. They had a taste for the unusual. In fact, she never really had that same strong urge to find things until she met him. And in the book, there are a lot of unusual things, such as shrunken heads. He talks about shrunken heads, how they are shrunken, and there's also a market out there for, I guess they're counterfeit shrunken heads, which are not actual shrunken heads, but they somehow forge a shrunken head. I don't know how exactly it's done, but people have been deceived into thinking they have the real thing. Not that a lot of people want to collect a shrunken head and show it in their living room and say, hi, this is so-and-so. But anyways, like I said, the book really has some very unusual things, including The Witch's Door, which is the title for the book. It is a door that he acquired that he believed was on a house back during the Salem witch trials. And that in itself would be a really fascinating thing to have. And now that could be haunted, who knows? But anyways, the book really has so many things in it. And he does have, with his wife, the Oddities flea markets that tour around the United States. And it's a whole flea market filled with unusual things like you would find inside this book. So for those who like the odd and the fascinating and the strange and the sometimes downright creepy, The Witch's Door is definitely a book that you should consider adding to your collection. It is very different from what I've read recently. So if you do purchase it, please let me know if you do agree with my review. Thank you for watching. I'll be back again with another excellent book very soon. And until that time, as I always say, stay safe, stay sane, stay in touch, and I will see you at the bookstore. Bye for now.